Hey everyone, and welcome to World Heritage Journey, where today we're at the Laponian Area of northern Sweden. Welcome to Laponia, or Lapland. We're above the Arctic Circle in the remote northern areas of Sweden, and this World Heritage Site covers 4 national parks and 2 nature reserves across an immense area of 9,500 square kilometres. There's a real variety of landscapes here. There's mountains and lakes, glaciers, pine forests, moors and marshlands. It's really, really interesting. Let's have a look. So this area of Laponia is a national park known as Stora Sjöfallet, and it was set up in 1910, making it Europe's first national park. It's just absolutely beautiful, as you can see from the snow-capped mountains, the beautiful pine forests, the glacier as well. Though it might surprise you to learn that the lake isn't included in the national park, and that's because it's partially man-made. There used to be a river cascading through the area with thundering waterfalls, and it was a big tourist attraction, but it was actually dammed up for hydropower, and so it's not part of the national park. Now, the World Heritage Site here is actually quite unique because UNESCO calls it a mixed site, which means it has both cultural and natural heritage. So in addition to the beauty here of the landscape, we also have cultural traditions of the indigenous Saami people. And they were a nomadic reindeer herding tribe that lived in various parts of the mountains and the forests here. And of course, being nomadic, they left very few traces of their existence on the landscape, aside from very small things like this hearth that you can see behind me. It's actually about 300 years old, and it would have once been the centerpiece of a tent about 5 meters in diameter. So this is a traditional Saami dwelling, a peat goeti. And it's just a house made out of earth and timber. They're very snug inside. You know, they would have a hearth to keep warm, and they had reindeer skins as well. And of course, this one is a very modern interpretation, but it still looks really cool. Another of the traces left by the indigenous Saami people is this area behind me, and it's actually the remains of a chapel built by Christian missionaries from southern Sweden. It was built in the middle of the 17th century as part of their attempt to Christianize the Saami, but unfortunately the chapel burned down just a few years later, and this pile of stones is all that remains of the hearth from inside the building. So this is the eastern side of Laponia, and it's largely characterized by taiga forests like the one that I'm standing in now. Those are made up of thinly packed trees, quite a bit of vegetation on the floor, and there's plenty of marshlands around as well, including at one end of this nature reserve, Europe's largest mire. Now there's plenty of reindeer around here as well, though mostly in the winter months, as they really like to feed on the lichen that grows on the rocks here. Well, it's been a pretty epic World Heritage Site, this one. It's one of the largest we've ever been to, and one of the first mixed sites that we've visited as well. So it's been fantastic to see all the incredible scenery and to learn something about the indigenous people that live here as well. So that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, I'm Joel on the road, and I'll see you at the next World Heritage Site.